Hello, this is Samir, and today I'll be providing you with information about some specific elements in the interface of Effex. And these are kind of different from the usual Cinema 4D elements you find in the Attribute Manager. So I just wanted to talk about them and tell you what they exactly do. The Effects scene is kind of different from any other node in the framework, so it has a custom interface here with global settings. But let's take a look at nodes, and here the first thing we find is the quick tab. And this one holds some mini setups as I've explained in the previous training material already, and no matter which tab is opened, it is always visible. There are two standard tabs available in all the nodes. First of all, the node tab, holding pipeline stage, priority, and threading settings. The second tab is the parameters tab. And here you find, of course, parameters of this node. And at the top we find a link field. These are all the imports or outports. And below we find all the other settings defining the behavior of this node. Switching to one of the other nodes, the pop cacher here in this case, we see that the imports and outports are always defined at the top. There are exceptions where link fields are located directly beside a setting, but then it's really for user convenience or if it's simply logical to have them right beside a setting. There's another very common tab, mostly used in operators or emitters or delegates, which is called constraints and which takes, well, all the constraints of the framework. Of course, there are also some custom tabs in the node, but these three are the most common ones. Then we have this candidate button. And you can always find it beside a link field or an in or out port. And this is one of the most useful things in the Effex interface. So clicking on it gives us a menu with compatible objects that fit exactly into this link field. So once we select an object, it will create the object in the Object Manager and link it in the link field automatically, making it very easy and straightforward to build up new setups. But it also serves a second purpose. Let's just take a look at this one. If I click on it and a compatible object is already in the scene, it will provide me a list of these objects. This releases the user from browsing complex hierarchies just to find the compatible object. Of course, it works for all the other candidate buttons the same. Then we have this special interface in a linked list, and we have four options here that let us choose which subgroup of this particle group we use. Like this, like this. You can see the parallelism to the particle group settings where we have four different types: passive, liquid, vorticity, and the diffuse particle subgroups. And we can choose them here like passive, liquid, vorticity, and diffuse particles. And this is especially important for nodes that operate on several particle groups. So let's just create a new one. And we can see the purpose now here. I could choose a different subtype for this particle group than for the top one. Alright, these were the interface elements that you should be aware of when working in the Effex framework. I hope it was helpful, and as always, see you soon.